Hello everybody, I want to toss in a little, make a little video here on a new spot I found for Deceptisol and Fortisol farming. I really actually prefer this spot. Now the first thing I want to talk about though is equipment. Have the Gladius equipped on Lightning, as well as the power bangle, or what is it, power wristband I think it is, sorry. And then Saz doesn't really matter, I just stuck an iron bangle on him because that's all I had. Reason for that is you want to have the stat boosting stuff on Lightning in order to basically bring down your target time. And the reason for that is because you know, you may or may not know that the best way to obtain shrouds is actually to get a low star rating. So you kind of want to do a poor job, you know, in combat. And it works really, really good in this area. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I like this better than the earlier area. You know, another very popular spot is the second time you control Hope and Vanille here in Pulse Vestige, and I didn't really like that. I felt like it just was taking too long, and the rate just wasn't good enough really for me. And what I noticed here was that you can basically let the Seath get down to about one more hit from Saz, and then you can actually jump in early with Lightning and finish it off. And that should just you know, time out well. Now the other thing is you're going to want to make sure that you're not getting preemptive attacks here like I did here, so I'm going to retry this. The reason being is it's going to be you'll most likely then hit the target time because of just simply because Saz is able to you know, attack them down fast enough, so you'll probably still end up with 1 or 2 stars, and obviously that's counterproductive for what we're trying to accomplish here. The other reason why I really like this spot is because probably the biggest reason anyway is there's only one enemy, and the way that shrouds work is it's not based on, you know, you don't get a chance at getting a shroud for every enemy you defeat, so there's no way you'll ever get more than 1 shroud per, I guess, encounter, if that makes sense. So that being said, you really want to fight as few enemies as possible so that these battles end up going more quickly. So there you go, there's another 0-star rating and another Fortisol. The other thing that I really liked about this area is it seemed to me, and I don't know if it was just my bad luck, I don't really know, I don't know, you know, how I don't know the ins and outs, I guess, of your rate of getting Deceptisol versus Fortisol. I just don't know. But in the other area earlier, in Pulse Vestige with Hope and Vanille, it seemed like I was getting 2 to 3 times the amount of Deceptisol as Fortisol. And you know, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but at the end of the day, you know, I was almost capped out on Deceptisol, and I only had, like, you know, 30 Fortisol. So that's another reason why I like this spot better. It seemed to me anyways that I was getting them at basically an equal or a similar rate. So here the ghoul is down, boom boom, now it should be safe to finish it off. And again, this is all about timing. If I remember here, anywhere like a 39 to 40 seconds is kind of where you want to be at as far as your actual time. So yeah. Anyways, so another like I said earlier with the equipment, that's fairly important. The more strength Lightning has, the less target time you'll have, and you really want to do that because that means that you don't have to spend as much time in combat. And you know, again, now you know, kind of the ins and outs of the combat system are really key to this farming technique. You know, and by bringing up your actual stats, but kind of not using them, if that makes sense, you know, it just it brings up your rate of obtaining these and makes it a lot easier to get them. Now, if I was to, there you go, so I finish it off at 1 hit, again. Now, if I was to put there's another Deceptisol, very nice. If I was to put that power wristband on Saz, for instance, that would just make him hit harder, and you'd potentially not be able to hit your 0-star rating. Then you know, that may push him over the the threshold and make it so that you can only get 1 stars, you know, just because he's doing so much damage with every attack, and there's no way to stop him from attacking. That's the other thing about this farming technique, and actually Pulse Vestige in general. You know, unfortunately, it's the best place in the game to farm these. It's got the best drop rate, but the entire time you're here, you have AI-controlled teammates that will not stop attacking unless they die. So, you know, that's not something that's likely to happen very often, and it would be wildly inefficient if you know, were required to kill off one of your teammates for every single one of these combat rounds. So, again, I felt like this was I love this spot. You know, I was kind of just hunting around trying to find a new spot, or trying to see if there was a spot that was better, because quite frankly, I was burned out on the other one, and I kind of stumbled across this. And anyway, so I almost forgot to bring this up, but so how this all works though is that now between these two areas, you'll end up running past the save point into this area and into this corridor, and there's 4 enemies, or 4 of these Seath in the ghouls, I suppose you could just call them. There's 4 of the ghouls in the first area that I make a little loop in. And then I run down the corridor and initiate combat with 4 more of these ghouls right in a row. And then I just turn around, and by kind of traveling in between these 2 zones, the enemies respawn. And so it's a really good, really fast, really efficient way to just, you know, really rack up these shrouds. So yep, there's another. So I've gotten, I think I'm. What was that, about 6 combat rounds? No, so I think I'm 6 for 6. I guess I wasn't really paying that much attention. I may or may not have missed one, but I think I'm 6 for 6 at this point. Now, that being said, I believe if I've done my math correctly, you have a 96% chance of obtaining a shroud at in this area with a 0-star rating. So. Again, you know, the base chance I think for this area is 12%, and then a 0-star rating multiplies that by 8. So again, you know, as long as my math is right, and it sure seems that way anyway. But you should be at a 96%. So I guess just keep that in mind. And I don't know, this is just you know, really liking this spot, I guess, for farming. There you go. There's I think that's 7 for 7. Maybe we're at 6 for 6 now. Actually, come to think about it, because I think there's four ghouls in a row here, and then I end up turning around and, you know, going back to the first area I was in. But you know, again, really great spot. I like this one much more than the first area. I think that the biggest issue with that first one was, I think that. Being that the Zwerg, I think they're the Zwerg Scandroids, were a little bit too weak, so I was always getting like 1-star ratings, I think, fighting them. And then the Pantherons were the other group that you could fight a lot of, and if I remember right, they just take a little bit too long, I guess. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents anyway. Again, I really prefer this, and you know. If that's something that you want to do, I think for the amount of time that you'll put into this, I feel is fairly worth it. You know, you don't need to go crazy with it. You know, I guess just stockpile as many as you want, and you know, kind of go from there. I've been, again, really happy with the ones that I did grab here. I think I quit around, I don't know, 40 of each, we'll say, and you know, I was pretty happy with that number, and it didn't take too long to obtain those. So, you know, again, really good rate here. I like the ability to quickly respawn them as well. That really comes into play too. You know, if you're trying to farm in a certain spot and you have to keep resetting your game or going back to the title screen, that can be an issue. And you know, luckily this tactic doesn't require that. So here we are, just running back to the initial area that we were in, and hopefully all of these enemies should be respawned right away. We'll see here on the map. Yep, there you go. So all 4 have been respawned, and we're ready to keep going. So, you know, once again, you know, hopefully if you are, you know, interested in getting some early shrouds, you know, hopefully this guide was helpful. I really prefer this method. You know, I guess that's really all I have to say about it. But, you know, if you like it, or if you know, have found a different area that's better, or you think is better, you know, leave me a comment. I'm always curious to learn new things, and you know, it's again, you know, I guess getting that knowledge out there really helps. But I didn't really see this method anywhere else, or this specific spot. So you know, if there's something else out there though, and you know about it, I guess let me know. I think you know what, I think I killed this guy a little bit too early just to show you guys. Yeah, so a 30-second duration is still a 2-star. So you really gotta wait until that like 39 to 40-second mark. And obviously with that 2-star rating, I didn't get a shroud at the end there. So again, you know, I really think that this is a good way. Just to recap though, make sure you've got the Gladius equipped on Lightning, as well as that power wristband. That's going to drop down the target time for this battle and make it easier for you to get a 0-star rating. And then, you know, again, just run back and forth between the 2 areas to respawn the enemies. You know, no need to go to the, you know, the title screen and reload your game or any of that nonsense. That can be kind of a pain in the butt. So again, I guess hope this guide was helpful though, and you know, if you're watching the walkthrough, I'm hoping you're enjoying that. But anyways, I'm going to cut the commentary here. And you know, again, just leave me a comment or something if you like the video, or subscribe if you really want to. All right, but anyways, thanks for watching.